All right, we are live. We are live. Cool, let's wait for some people to join. Yo, 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 what's up, people? Yo, man. Oh, I can see you in the chat, Dan. Let's try and not do my, presenting voice here. What's up, everyone? Oh, Hugo's in the chat. Yo, bro. Cool, cool, cool. All right, everyone's joining in. Welcome, everyone. NCS Arcade in here. Diamond Eyes as well. This is great, man. We've got a proper lineup. JPB's in the chat. How's it going, bro? I'm going to get you in just a second. So let me quickly do a quick intro about what's going on, what we're doing today, and then I'll get JPB in. So we're celebrating JPB's rework of the classic NCS banger High. This time with Aleesia as well, who I believe is going to be joining us in a little bit. Oh, there's so many people in the chat. Oh my God, it's the first time seeing you. Yeah, yo, I'm Sam, by the way, to anyone who doesn't know me. Community manager. Thanks for the love on the hat. I purposely put that on hoping for a comment, so big ups to you, Gucci G Hall. Big up to you, man. Yeah, we're going to be discussing the track, speaking a little bit about NCS 10, and also the takeover that JPB is doing this week on NCS Arcade. So if you haven't caught up with that, follow NCS Arcade, and we've got a giveaway going on as well. So make sure you stay tuned for that, because if you haven't seen it before, that's all going to be going on over on NCS Arcade. Yeah, Dan, you can have a cookie. I'll put one in the chat. Hang on. I've always got that cookie ready on my first emojis. There you go. All right, JPB, I'm gonna get you. I'm gonna get you in the chat right now. There we go. And I'm also gonna try and get Aleesia in if she's on. Let me just type it out. There we go. All right. Actually, my volume's up. Yeah, it is. That would be really awkward. Okay, I've seen a request. I'm good, thank you. How are you guys doing? Hello.
Hey,
We are here. Bro, you're always dripping in the purple, man.
I know.
Purple Gang.
Amazing.
I feel like we're not quite there, at least. I need to go and grab my purple top from somewhere. I have nothing.
I
We'll
honestly
get there. We'll get there.
but I have so many purple sweatshirts and it's super hot here in Toronto, so it wasn't
Oh,
happening. Sorry.
Oh man.
yeah, to be fair, this is the first bit of sun we've got in about a week, and I'm off to a festival literally tomorrow, so fingers crossed it holds. Fingers crossed, man. Well, thank you for joining me. Appreciate it. We're going to talk a little bit about the release, about the arcade takeover, but I think I want to kick it off, JPB, just with you. Talk a little bit about the original High and where that came from, and just the journey that track took you on.
Well, it was originally released in 2015. That was before I graduated from high school, so I was a bit still childish in my head and listening to dubstep and future bass. And then I discovered, because of my friend Mendom, the NCS channel. And before that, I was just doing trap beats and hip hop beats for local rappers. But then I discovered my love for electronic dance music, and I kind of started experimenting with FL Studio and got a lot of cool artists like Sun Holo and Zed's Dad, and they were all like making this really, really cool sounding future bass sound. And I thought to myself, okay, that's really cool. I want to do my own style. So I kept practicing, and eventually I sent the demo to Billy, which is the founder from NCS, and he accepted my demo. And since then, it's been a hell of a journey.
Yeah, it has. I mean, I was just watching quickly through something that we've got coming out on Friday on NCS Arcade on the YouTube channel, which is you going through and reacting to some of the uses of the original track. And I mean, we got that list down from it's probably in the hundreds of thousands. The amount of videos, it's insane, man. Just the journey that track's been on. And then we get to NCS 10, we get to 10 years, and the rework comes about, and then Aleesia, you jump on the track. How did you approach adding vocals to what was already an iconic song?
I have to be honest, I was super nervous. It was completely iconic. And when JPB hit me, I knew the song. Once I clicked on the link, I'm like, oh, this is the song you want me to top line? All right. So it was a little bit intimidating, I'm not gonna lie, but I was super excited and super down. And I just said, yes, whatever you need, let's work back and forth very collaboratively. That's how I kind of work all the time with other producers and writers is, you know what, there's no ego here. If there's something you don't like, we change it, we work it, we kind of mold it until it's a perfect piece of art. So I'm really proud of how it turned out. I'm super excited to be a part of it because the song in its original form was already so epic. So I hope people like it.
I'm sure they will. I mean, Dan just put it in the chat there, and he's right. I think, I mean, I don't think anyone's going to disagree. There couldn't have been a better person to take that track to where it is now, and absolutely crushed. Okay, cool. If you see me looking down, I'm in such a terrible setup right now, right? I was like looking at the lighting from my laptop, and then I've got my clothes are like hung up here, and it's just I can't have that as my background. I've got all my bags everywhere, so I'm twisted on a bit of a weird angle here. So my book's down here to get some questions. For anyone that's running in the chat, the track drops 27th of this month, so in 2 days' time, and then so YouTube upload will be 28th. Yeah, pre-save and all those bits. You can find link in bio, etc. Okay, cool. So I think I wanted to take it right back to the start before the original high came about, before any of this came about. Where you touched on it a little bit, JPB. So I think we'll start with Aleesia, then we'll come back to you. Where did your first introduction to music come from? Where did that passion rise?
Whew, that's going like really back from when I was a little like girl. I mean, I always grew up. I grew up with two older sisters. They were super into music, super into dance. So I kind of followed in their footsteps. And I don't know, like around 6 or 7, I think my parents were like, well, she's singing like the other girls, but she kind of is good. She's actually good. So I kind of followed in that footsteps because I loved it first and foremost. And then through high school, I started writing my own music. And I just knew that whatever I did for uni, like I wanted to stay in Toronto so that I could pursue music as I went to school. And I did. I went to a school here in Toronto for the fine arts while I was doing my music. And then I ended up dropping out because I had a song do well on Canadian radio and I started to tour Canada. So from there, that was all pop R&B style music. And my journey has really kind of morphed into this dance realm, which I love by mistake almost when I did a collaboration with Dubs, Gold Skies, and Garrick's obviously, and Sander Van Dorn. So after that song, I just started to do a lot more collaborating with DJs, and I absolutely love it.
I mean, it's definitely paved out right. And what about yourself, JPB?
So my dad was a musician as well. He was doing like Moroccan music and doing like wedding music. He was singing. So I grew up literally in a studio with all the equipment laying around, with piano, with like a FL studio. And when I was 6, I was like just watching him and seeing everything he did. And later on, I was just using the equipment. And when I discovered FL Studio for myself, I was just going full nerd into it, YouTube tutorials, I've got my idols like Sun Hollow and everything. And then I just kept going and doing that besides like, I was 12 when I started making music, I guess. Yeah, making beats. And yeah, since then,
That's
I
commitment.
loved it.
Somebody asked, what time is it in the UK? It's 8 minutes past 5 to be exact. What time is it for you guys, actually?
It's 6 p.m.
And it's 12 noon here.
Oh, okay. All right, let's get some actual questions that we've got. Right, if you guys have got any questions in the chat, just let me know. But I'll just whack them down there, I'll read them. But we've got some from stories. JPB, somebody asked, what inspires you to and motivates you to make music on a daily basis?
I guess life. To put it in simple words, I'm just like going day by day and putting all my experience in like love, relationship, and friendship, and everything that excites me in my personal life, and put it into a kind of the signature sound that I developed over time. And it's just like, I guess art is just expressing yourself, and that's what I've been doing for the whole time. And I guess music is kind of like therapy to me. So if I'm going through a bad time, through depression or something, I just make music and it gets everything that I want into one place.
Sick. Let's talk a little bit about the giveaway that we've got going on in the takeover on NCS Arcade. So I mentioned it a bit earlier on, but just for anyone that's joined the stream now, we've got a takeover going on. If you switch over to NCS Arcade after this, you'll see that everything's purple, as demonstrated by JPB right there. We're also giving away some signed posters. I think is it in the background there?
Whoa!
Yeah, that's fine, man. Oh,
look at this beauty.
It is amazing. It's really cool.
So beautiful. Love it.
Shout out to the graphic designer that did this from NCS.
Yeah, shout out to Dave. Dave smashed that one.
Yeah, Dave smashed it.
Yeah, Arcade have just commented. So once you go on there, follow, You see everything you need to do. It's so much fun. Oh my God.
I've
Um,
got more purple if you want.
yeah, I mean, it's a commitment to the craft. I always go on about how much I love the color orange, and it's my go-to thing. I think if somebody has a good color that they love, you can already tell they're great people. Aleesia, what's your favorite color?
I have a little bit of a obsession like you, JPB, but it's not with a certain color. Although I do love orange, Sam. So that's like I love orange and I love that like golden mustard, like Pulp Fiction yellow kind of color. Those are my two favorite colors. And I have a crazy obsession with leopard print, like cheetah, leopard print. Everything in my life, I have like a leopard. I have everything leopard. Yeah, it's
Nice.
a little bit sick, but I feel like I'm in good company here with the Purple King. So.
That's awesome.
Hey.
Have you got this for you, Aleesia? Somebody asked any plans of touring again? So you spoke about the R&B and that kind of pop stuff. Any plans for touring?
You know what? I would love to tour again. Obviously, through the pandemic, that made things really, really tough, but I would love to. So it's not necessarily in the immediate future with a plan or a tour scheduled, but I'm definitely open.
Sick. Yeah, I think that. Well, I mean, I spoke about this to a lot of artists that we've been on to, but as soon as the option's there to get out again, I mean, JPB, I'm sure you're the same with live shows. Like, just to be able to
I'd
get
love to.
people, it's different. I mean, I presume you've been to like ADE and all of this before, right?
Yes.
Tell us a little bit about your experience there. I actually haven't been yet.
You
Um,
haven't been?
no, and I live in a house full of like producers that produce like music that would be played there, and it just hasn't happened yet. But yeah, tell me a little bit about your live and real life experience when it comes to music, I guess.
So ADE, it's been a blissful experience. The first time I've been there was like 2016, and since then I've never missed a year, obviously because last year wasn't happening. But the first time, the thing is, everyone that I met in the industry was only through Facebook, Twitter, or Instagram. And seeing them in real life for the first time, it's just like they kind of been a stranger, but once you said one word, it's like you've been talking on the messenger, like you've been good friends, you've been sharing the same hobbies, you've been sharing the same interests, and it's really a blissful experience. And every time I've got home, I felt so inspired and made even more music and just connected with the other people again. And I can recommend it.
I
I can
think.
recommend it.
I mean, I'm definitely going to try and get out there. Definitely, maybe this year, but definitely next year. I think like there's, especially for me, like speaking to artists and doing things like this. I mean, this is the first time we've actually spoke on conversation as opposed to emails. But yeah, it's different when you can see people and see these people that you've collabed with, that you've worked with on a daily basis. Like, yeah, it's just super cool. Somebody in the chat says the name's also Sam. Great, that's awesome. This is a really broad question. I'll start with you on this one, Aleesia. What's the dream? Let's like 5 years time. Where do you see yourself? What do you want to be doing?
Oh boy, that is a
That's like a 2 a.m. You're just
yeah.
really tired and you've got a deep conversation.
Guys, honestly, I've been a dreamer ever since I was a kid, so the dream keeps evolving. I just want to. I mean, it's gonna sound so cheese, but I just want to be happy and I want to be making music. Like, I feel like I said, my journey has totally evolved from like the music videos and the onstage touring and everything in the pop kind of realm to like being able to collaborate with different producers and creators all over the world. Like, and I'm obsessed with it. I really am. I love that I get to dabble in different genres of music every single day. I do K-pop as well. So like, I never want to be stuck in a box or in a mold. So I just want, in 5 years time, I want to be making music. I want my songs to be successful and for people to enjoy them. Obviously that's the dream, you know, like to have those once in a lifetime records. That's the dream.
For sure. JPB, yourself.
Well, let's say the past 5 years, it was make a living out of music. And I think I've kind of accomplished that dream. And now the next 5 years is take that dream and make it even bigger. So I've never been playing on a stage, I've never been touring, so there's a lot more to discover for myself. And same situation, I've been doing trap music, future bass as well, but now I'm trying to discover new genres like the dance and trance, progressive music, and just want to tap into new worlds, see if there's any other artists that I can collab with, and just see where it goes. I just want to just keep making music for the next 5 years, I guess.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know what it's going to sound like in 5 years, but I'm sure it's just going to keep getting better and better. Somebody has asked in the chat. Aleesia, you sort of touched on this earlier, but I don't know if there's anything prior to this. We'll start with you, JPB. How did you guys actually get in contact? Was it specifically for this track, or did you know about each other before? How did that work?
So the funny thing is, I've listened to a track by If Found. It's called Dead of Night, which is on NCS as well. And
Yes.
it didn't have a feature on it. It was just like If Found song. I was reaching out to him like, who's that amazing singer on that track? And then he gave me the credentials and it was Aleesia. And the funny thing is, back in 2014, my favorite song back then was Gold Skies by Martin Garrix, Son of Dawn, DBBBS, and the legend herself. So it was amazing getting in contact with her. We met through a platform called SoundBetter by Spotify.
Yes.
And from there, we kept on going, just communicating back and forth. She's been very communicative, very professional, and very open-minded for the project, which was just amazing to work by.
I think once you both sides, I mean, I'd imagine like understand exactly what the vision is, and you can do that back and forth, like you mentioned earlier, Aleesia. It becomes so much easier to say, oh, this might not work, this is brilliant, like, and just throw those ideas. I bet it's super cool.
Yes.
I've got a question that is like the first one I wrote down to you, JPB, and we spoke about colours earlier on. Why purple? I mean, I can't say why orange, I just love it, but why purple?
So back in 2016, I was writing an EP called Purple Sky. And it was also the time when I dropped out of high school. And I was kind of in the like, I want to find myself position. So I went on party nights, and everything that inspired me was like sunsets, and particularly purple sunsets. So that's where the origin for the Purple Sky EP with Anuka came from. And ever since then, I made purple my favorite color. It's not that deep as like the fact and fiction story that we had on the NCSAK channel.
I thought that was true. I fell for
Yeah.
it.
Everyone fell for it, but yeah.
That was a tough, those ones were tough. Like between those two, I mean, I was like trying to figure out. It's a good story. I mean, the sky is just an amazing thing to look at, man. Like energy, energy. So we've got the track coming out. Let's get a little bit technical before we round things off. Compared to the original track and with Aleesia's vocals on top, what was the approach there, technicality wise? Did you change a lot from the original? What was the approach there?
So from my perspective, from the instrumental, if you listen to the original high, it kind of ends off with the piano. So what I wanted to do is pick off at that moment and start off with the piano again. And I was having like tens versions of it, and I was kind of in like a dilemma. Should I do the same drop but even better, or should I do something completely different? And I tried something completely different, but it didn't feel right. So I wanted to just top it. And I kept going for a pop structure. I made the song shorter, made it more suitable to her beautiful vocals. And yeah, we also got real violins recorded and real guitars recorded. That was recommended by Daniel from NCS. Shout out to him. And yeah, that was the approach for that.
Awesome. And then lyrics wise for you, Aleesia, I mean, you spoke about the actual approach there, but as aside from, I mean, all you had to work with lyrics wise was the title. Where did you come up with this? Was that the base work? How did that happen?
Absolutely. So when he sent me the song, I knew the song. We knew we had a title. We knew it was going to be a part 2. So we weren't messing with that. Don't fix what ain't broke, right? That's what we kept talking about.
Yeah.
Music side, but when I heard it, yes, I had the title to work with, but you also have the feeling that you get from the track, right? And I mean, the initial song, the original, was just so anthemic, powerful. You know, it also had this like euphoria to it. So I was like, all right, hi, we can take this so many different ways, obviously, with that one word. But I wanted it, especially coming out of this crazy time that we've all lived, I wanted it to be a song about triumph, a song about being higher than ever, and a song about overcoming something that made you feel really low. So kind of taking that juxtaposition of, you know, I was down and low, and now look at me, I'm flying, right? So that's kind of where the inspiration came from. And then I started building out the story that way. And I drew from things that I had been experiencing through life. So yeah, I think I mean, the title was already there, so you kind of fed me some inspo there, so I can't take all the credit.
I mean, you say that, like, I feel like now you just mentioned that, it really is a sort of from the past year and a bit that we've had, that triumph and the euphoria of, I mean, we're not quite there yet, but some kind of freedom is amazing.
Freedom, exactly.
Yeah.
You know, just knowing that like sometimes from the lowest lows, you can come up, you can rise again. It's not the end of the world. You will. I always, when I was younger, I used to be like, I used to have a lot of things on my plate because I was a dancer. I was trying to sing on the side. I had high school going on. And I always remember I'd be like driving in the car and I'd think like, oh my God, how am I going to get through this exam, this assignment, this competition? And I always used to make a mental note to myself and say, you know what? Okay, today's Tuesday at 12 p.m. Like, on Thursday at 9 p.m., I'm going to think about this moment and see how I feel. And every time I would go to that like 2 days forward timeline and I would be like, oh, I feel great. Like there's a weight lifted off my shoulder. I did it. I got through it. So I really wanted to draw from that because I think that like exactly like you said, obviously we're still going through it, but we're seeing a light at the end of the tunnel, and we're all going to be stronger after, you know, these hurdles that we've been constantly jumping.
I love that. I need to take that advice. I like that. Making a note of when you're feeling stressed for when
It's
you get
gotten me to my life, through my life to this point. So I definitely.
amazing.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So do a quick little round off. If you guys haven't yet, make sure you check out NCS Arcade. That is just simply at NCS Arcade. We've got JPB Takeover this week. Everything's purple over there. We're giving away some signed posters, so go and check that out and enter that giveaway. Also, the rework of High is coming out on the 27th, so 2 days time, and that's the YouTube upload on the 28th, so make sure you guys are all over that. I'll put a story up after this, which basically means, oh my gosh, yes!
Wait, the school turned purple, wait.
Oh, we're almost there. Yeah, we'll put a story up after this, so just keep on socials where you can swipe up to save, well, basically have added to your library any NCS 10 tracks that come out, including High. So make sure you check that out. Thank you so much for joining me, guys. Socials.
Thank you for having us.
And Aleesia, is it _music?
It's at Aleesia Music. 2 E's, 1 S.
Or the underscore. There we go. Make sure you follow these guys up. Thank you so much for joining me. Appreciate it. It's been a blast.
Thanks for having us.
Thank you so much.
No worries. See you soon, everyone. Thank you so much.
Right.
See you soon. Peace.
Bye-bye.
Bye.